Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Jaya Gurudeva.
कितना रीच बढ़ गया वो जरा देखना 28,700 कुछ तो लगा कल रात
राइट ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपगदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कांदा राधा कांदा नमोस्तुते तप्तगांजन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद शुद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Right. Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita studies class. We are on the second chapter now. What's the name of the chapter?
Contents of Gita summarized.
Yes, contents of Bhagavad Gita summarized. So today's verses are 11 and 12. Right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, we'll recite. We'll start 11. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashocyananmashocastvam Prajnavadam Shabhashase Gadasu Nagadasuncha Nanushochanti Pandidaha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashocyan Anmashocastvam Prajnavadam Shabhashase Gadasun Agadasuncha Nanushochanti Pandita Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashocyan Anvashocastvam Prajna Vadamsha Bhashase Gadasun Agadasuncha Nanushochanti Panditaha. Right, Parvati? Can start.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Ashocyanenvishocasvam Prajnavadam Sabhashase Gadasuna Gadasuncha Nanushochanti Pandidaha. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna, right. Ravi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashocyan Vasocastvam Pragyavadanscha Bhashase Gatasun Gatasuncha Nanushocanti Pandita.
Right. Okay, Renuka Mataji. Renuka Mataji. Okay, Snigdha Mataji. Snigdha Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु। ओम
Okay.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्री भगवान उवाच अशोचान्नो शोचत्वं प्रज्ञां वादश्चं भाषते गतासु न गतासुंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिताः।
Right. Okay. Renuka Mataji. Renuka Mataji. Right. Swagata.
श्री भगवान वदांश्च गतासुमाश्च
Nanushocandi Pandidaha. Nanushocandi Pandidaha. Okay, right. Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashochyana Chosatvam Prana.
Anmashochastvam. Ashochan Anmashochastvam.
Ashochyana Chosatvam Pranyavadamsha
Prajnavadamsha.
Pranyavadamsha Badamsham Bhashase Gatasudha Suna Gadasu
Gadasun Agadasuncha.
Gadasu
Agadasun Agadasuncha.
Agadasunja Nanushocandi Panditaha.
Right. You can read the translation also.
Okay, Prabhu. 1 minute, Prabhu. Okay. The blessed Lord said, while speaking learned words, you are murmuring for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor the dead.
Right.
Prabhu.
Okay. Verse 12. Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachaiva bhavishyama nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamada param natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamada param Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadhipa nachaiva na bhavishyamam sarve vayamada param. Right, Parvati?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Natveva jatu nasam natvam neme janadhipa nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamadappara.
Okay, right.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Ravi Prabhu.
न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपा न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्.
Right. Snigdha Mataji.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय न त्वेवाहं जतु नाशं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्.
Okay, right. Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna.
न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वानेम जनाधिपा
Neme janatipam.
इमे जनाधिपा न चैवान
Vavishyama.
भविष्यामा सर्वे वयमत्परम्.
Vayamadat param. Yes, right.
वयमत्परम्.
Right. Swagata. Swagata.
Yes.
Very difficult, Swagata. We can all hear you. It's totally breaking. No sound at all. Try to do something about this. Because other students like Sri Lakshmi and Krishnendu, they are getting this. They're saying the same place, no? So why you are not getting? Maybe where your room is, the part of hospital, on the hostel.
I'm from same room, Prabhu, but I'm from West Bengal. That's why my
Sorry, Swagata. You're speaking, but we cannot hear you. Totally breaking. Okay, leave it. Try to do something about this. Try to solve this. Right. Or leave it. Okay. Rasmanjiri Mataji. Rasmanjiri Mataji. No. Banamali.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Natvam Vaham Jadunasam. Natvam Neme Janadibaha. Nachaiva Nabhavishyama. Sarve Vayamata Param.
Right. Vanamadi. Vanamadi.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nattvaham jadunasam nattum neme chanadipa nachevana bhavishyama sarve vayamata param.
Why are you in such a hurry? Why are you in such a hurry? Read it
I'm
slowly.
not in a hurry. I'm not.
Read it slowly. Natvevaham jatunasam. Natvevaham jatunasam. Natvam neme janadhipaha.
Nattum neme janadipa. Nachaiva
Nachaiva nabhavishyama.
Nachaiva nabhavishyama
Sarve vayamada param.
I thought, Prabhu, I know the sloga. That's why
You're always you're too active and too energetic. That's a problem.
Harisha.
Right. Parvi, you want to read the translation? You have the English book with you?
Yes, Prabhu.
Where do you get it from?
I book it online.
Huh?
I buy the book.
No, I cannot hear you. Where do you get this English book from previously? Last day you weren't having that.
In
Now
the
you're
Gita
having this book.
I was having. The previous day, Gita Pentaclan I was having
Where do you get it from?
from online.
Online. Okay, right. Fine. You can read the translation then.
Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these things, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Okay, right. So Krishna starts Bhagavad Gita from verse 11. Real Bhagavad Gita starts from verse 11 of second chapter only. So Krishna is admonishing Arjuna because he's confused. Okay, he has accepted Krishna as a spiritual master and is accepted to be a disciple, but still he's refusing to fight. Na yolsya iti govindam. Last verse, no? Verse number 8. Verse number 9. Na yolsya iti govindam uktva tushni babuvaha. He became silent. He said that, Govinda, I am not going to fight, and became very silent. Now Krishna is speaking to him. Krishna immediately tells Arjuna that although you are speaking like a very scholarly person, Pandita. Pandita means scholar. Pandita means scholar, Pandit. Brahmins are supposed to be Pandits. Kshatriyas are Thakura. Kshatriyas are called Thakurs. And Vaishyas are called Chaudhary. No, not Vaishya. Vaishya is Seth. And these Shudras are called Chaudhary. Am I right? Right, bro, you should be knowing better. Brahmins are known as Pandits.
Yes, Prabhu.
Kshatriyas are Thakurs, isn't it? And Vaishyas, Seth. They are business people. And Shudras are called Chaudharis. So, yes. Shudra means fourth class. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Among the four classes, of course, this is based on your Varnashram system, is based on your body only. But then consciousnness level, Satoguna, Brahmins are predominantly in Satoguna. Kshatriyas are predominantly in the Tamoguna, and secondary nature is Satoguna, Rajoguna and Satoguna. And Vaishyas are predominantly Rajoguna, and the second nature is Tamogun. And these Shudras are predominantly Tamogun. Okay, so Satogun Brahmins, Rajogun, Kshatriya and Vaishya, and Tamogun Shudras. So Brahmins are supposed to be more advanced. So Krishna says you are speaking like a Brahmin, you are speaking like a very jnani, a scholarly person, but what you are speaking is rubbish. You're speaking nonsense only, my dear Krishna. Arjuna, although you speak like a scholarly person, you are acting like a jnani, but you are speaking nonsense. Why he is speaking nonsense? Why is Krishna saying that? Because Arjuna's... Yes, Sigdamaji, you are saying something. Yes.
Yes, because Arjuna said that I will not fight, all are my relatives and I don't want to kill them.
Yes. So that means he is body conscious, isn't it?
Body conscious.
Yes, he considers all his relatives and Guru Maharaj, grandsires, grandfathers like Bhishma and all that, very close to him. And so his argument is based on Dharma Shastra. It's wrong to kill, it's moral courts. It's wrong to kill a person unnecessarily. Its violence is not propagated. Violence is not accepted. And although Nidhi Shastra is the administrative science, which says that Kshatriya has to fight when he's challenged. Kshatriya has to play what do you call it? Gamble. He has to gamble. Go gambling also if he's challenged. But Dharma Shastra is more stronger. Dharma Shastra says unless the purpose is clear, unless there is some good benefit, unnecessarily you don't have to accept any challenge from anybody. So the result of a war is not going to be good because so many persons will be killed and so many sinful activities will take place. So Arjuna is reluctant to fight based on these reasons, which he thinks that is very superior. He feels that he's very intelligent. But ultimately he's confused. So he surrendered to Krishna. So that part is very good. Now Krishna says that, okay, all your arguments, which you are saying, okay, I am accepting you as my disciple, but all your arguments previously were not very good. It's basically, That means you don't know the difference between body, soul, and super soul. That is the reason. Since you cannot distinguish between body, soul, and super soul, you are confused the body as a soul. Which is called Mithya Hangara. When you are confusing body as a soul or as yourself, that you are this body, then you are under Mithya Hangara. Person who is having good knowledge of body, what is Kshetra, what is soul, what is super soul, one who is totally accomplished in the spiritual science. So Krishna starts with spiritual science, Adhyatmika Jnana. Adhyatmika Jnana is superior to Dharma Jnana. So there are three sciences, Nidhi Shastra, Dharma Shastra, and Adhyatma Shastra. So among all the Shastras, Adhyatma Shastra is supposed to be best. This is confirmed by Krishna in chapter 10, verse 32. You can refer that. You can refer to that verse 10.32, which Krishna says, of all these knowledges, knowledge of spiritual knowledge is the best. So Krishna starts with spiritual knowledge, and he says that people or real Panditas who are well versed in spiritual science, they are not upset or they're not very sorrowful about the living as well as the dead. That means death is sure. I mean, persons who have accepted body, their leaving the body is called death. So everyone who has taken body, one who has born, one who is born, when you take a body, you are born. When you leave the body, you are dead. So when you are born, the death is sure. It take place. You cannot prevent this. So the scholar, real Panditas, knows that the body will perish at any time, but soul will not perish. Soul is eternal. Body always perishes. So he's not bothered about the body is lost. It means the dead persons. He's also not bothered about living conditions, living bodies also. Why? Okay, death we can understand. Okay, everybody is going to die, so you don't have to be very, very upset or miserable just because you are leaving the body, because death is inevitable. You don't have to, okay, if someone, your dear ones leave, then you'll be sad. That is there. But when you look at it philosophically, from spiritual point of view, then you know that death is inevitable, and what has happened is death, leaving the body only. But when you say that, the scholars are not very upset about the living condition also, living people also. Why he says that? Why he says that the scholars, the Panditas, the Jnanis, people in knowledge, they are not very concerned about the living also.
Because they are in Sthita Pragya condition, Prabhuji, sorrow and happiness, they are thinking is the same.
Yes. They say that all the sorrow and same level only. So if the person somebody is enjoying, somebody is having happiness, somebody is having sorrow, the Panditas, they take it same. They know that this is only material conditioning only. In material life, there is a next verse it comes Anityas Mata Spashasu Kaundeya Shidoshna Sukadukada Agama Papino Anityas Tam Didiksha Subharada. These are all changing conditions. Anitya is temporary only. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad, sometimes conditions are favorable, sometimes conditions are not favorable, sometimes the body is good, sometimes the body is not good, sometimes the mind is upset, sometimes mind is very peaceful. These things are happening because you are accepting a body. So the living conditions, whatever living condition a jiva is there, that knowledgeable persons, Panditas, or tolerant persons, they are not bothered. Because he knows that matter undergoes 6 changes. Every matter undergoes 6 changes. That is given by Yaska a sage called Yaska, in the book Nirukti. It says, Jayade, Asti Vardhade, Viparamanade, Avakshiyade, Vinashyade. These are the 6 things. Jayade. Jayade means comes into being, or rather born, being born. Jayade means comes into being. And Asti. Asti means it remains for some time. Or then comes Vardhade, increases. It increases. Then Viparamanate means producing byproducts. And then Abakshiyade, deteriorating. And Vinashyadi, total destruction. Take, for example, a plant. We are planting a seed. After some time, a small plant will germinate. So it comes into being. Then it grows for some time, becomes a big tree. Second stage. And third stage, it stays for some time. It stays a few years, of 10 years to 15 years, depending upon what is the nature of the tree. Some trees go up to 3,000 years also. In South America, you find trees are as old as 3,000 years. But some trees are not that old. Anyway, it stays, it increases, it stays for some time, and then it starts byproducts. From the fruit, again, the seed is there, and from seed, again, the tree, another tree comes. So byproducts, that is, then Abakshiyade starts deteriorating, and then Vinashyadi then falls down. So whether it is a plant or whether it's a man or an animal, whatever it is, these 6 changes are there always. So matter is temporary, is subject to changes, and finally it perishes. At the same time, soul is not so. Soul, there is no birth for soul, there is no death for soul, there is no change for soul. Change is eternal. Avya means not changing. So Krishna says that unnecessarily you are mourning. Unnecessarily you are unhappy. You are mourning for that which not deserved to be mourned. Your mourning is unnecessary. You are going to mourn for because Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya, all those people are very dear to you. They're going to lose their body. Rather, they're going to be killed. And thereby they are losing the body, which you are becoming very, very unhappy. You don't have to do that. Then, having started the discourse spiritually, saying that the body is temporary, then what is our real nature is stated in the next verse. There is Nattu evaham jadunasam natvam neme janadibaha na chaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamada para. He says, never was a time when I was not there, you are not there, nor all these kings were not there. They are always there. And in future also will continue to exist. So we, in 3 phases of time, past, present, and future, Krishna says, I, you, and all those things will be there always. So Krishna, he's speaking the battlefield only. And you know very well that people are going to be killed. All those kings will be going to be killed. But still he says that the kings, yourself, everyone, myself, everyone will be reign eternal. Which means that these kings, Arjuna or Krishna, are not merely bodies. Of course, Krishna's case, there is no difference between his body and soul. It's all the same. But normal, in conditioned living, conditioned jivas, their body is different, which is temporary, made up of 24 elements, and the soul is always eternal. And he says individually, I, you, we, they, etc., etc., etc. Which means the jivas, numerous jivas, they're all individual souls. They are persons. They got different personalities. They are individual personalities. Krishna is also an individual soul. Arjuna is also an individual soul. All the kings are all individual souls. Everything individual souls. But among the individual souls, one soul is greater than other souls. Among the eternals, one eternal is greater than other eternals, which is stated in Kathopanishads. Nityo nityanam, chedanas chedananam, ego bhunam, yo vidadadi kaman. Srila Prabhupada is quoting this verse in his purport. Nitya nityanam. Nitya nityanam means among the eternals, there is one eternal. Then Chedanas. What is Chedana? Among the consciousness. Yes, Miss Madaji. Chedana means consciousness. Among the conscious beings, there is another one eternal conscious being is there, who is always taking care of other conscious elements, other eternals. So we are all jivas. Krishna is also jiva, but we are dependent on Krishna. We are dependent on Krishna. Tam atmastam anupashyandidira. One who understands this position of Krishna and the soul, he will attain peace, not others. Krishna, I think some sound is coming from your mic. No. Okay, if you want to speak, you can put on the mic. Okay. Right. So this is a big philosophy. There are other groups of philosophers known as Mayavadis or Jnanis. They say that there is only one soul. There is only one universal soul. There are not different souls. There are no individual souls. There are not different souls. Only one soul is there. One eternal soul is, which is called universal soul. Vishwatma, he says there is only one universal soul. And after liberation, everything will be merging into this Visha soul, said universal soul. And there is no individual souls anymore. So in future, there will not be individual souls. But this verse very clearly says that this was speaking about souls only, because we are not there. Now was the time we were not there. In past also we were there. Present we are here. In future also we'll be there, means we are speaking on the souls only. And Krishna is making differences in the souls. So this is not acceptable. Their jnanis, the Mayavadis philosophy is not acceptable. There is another philosopher called Bhaskar. He says, okay, there is a difference. Apparently, as per verse, there is a difference. That is because of illusion only. Krishna is speaking of the differences between him, Arjuna, and all those kings, because he is under an illusion, which will be removed when there is knowledge. When knowledge sets in, this illusion will be removed. Can we accept that? Can we accept that Krishna is under illusion? Cannot be. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality. In every Shastra you go, any Shastra, any Puranas, any Upanishads, any Vedas, you'll always find that Supreme Personality is always cognizant. Supreme Personality is always cognizant. He is beyond these gunas, he is beyond illusion. He is always omnipresent, omniscient. So many words are used, denoting the highest, what we call the supreme level of the Supreme Person, the Supreme Consciousness. Mayavadi say that, okay, Krishna is now self-realized. He is not self-realized. But even though he is self-realized, he still maintains a dual notion that there is a difference between him and Arjuna and kings. That duality is still lingering, although Krishna is self-realized. Although Krishna is there making a big concession. Krishna is previously was not self-realized. Now he has become self-realized. He has become a jnani. But even though he's a jnani now, still he maintains this duality. That lingering is there. But they're very magnanimous. They say, okay, although this duality, he's maintaining the duality, that will not come into, that will not interfere with his spiritual progress. That concession they're giving. So Ramanujacharya says it's like that. Suppose there's a piece of cloth, one kerchief or shirt or whatever it is. One shirt is there. You burn the shirt. If you burn the shirt, still there's an image of shirt will be there, isn't it? some form will be still there.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So this is what they are saying, that Mayavadi is saying that because although Krishna is realized, still he retains this dual notion, just like a burnt cloth. So one of our acharyas, Ramanujacharya. Who is Ramanujacharya? Who is Ramanujacharya?
From Brahma, Ramanujacharya is the. Okay.
There are actually 4 parambaras. Vaishnava parambaras, there are 4 Vaishnava parambaras. Which are the parambaras? Bona fide parambaras?
Brahma, 4 gurus are there. Brahma,
Yes.
Lakshmi,
Yes,
then
yes, yes.
Lord Shiva
Not Shiva, yes, yes, right. You're right.
and Sanat Kumar.
Yes, 4 Kumaras. Sanata, Sanadana, Sananda, Sanat Kumara. So these 4 Kumaras, they form one parambara, which is called Kumara parambara. Lord Shiva's parambara is called Rudra parambara. Goddess Lakshmi's parambara is called Shri parambara. And Brahma, Lord Brahma's parambara is called Brahma parambara. Now, in this millennium, there are 4 acharyas. 4 acharyas, so it's 4 parambaras. In the case of Madhva parambara, Brahma parambara, it is called, Madhvacharya is a acharya. For Brahma parambara, Madhvacharya is acharya. In Shri parambara, it's Ramanujacharya. In Rudra parambara, it's Vishnu Swami. Somebody is writing down. Krishna, are you noting this?
Prabhu, no, Prabhu. One more can you?
You should always have a book and pen ready with you.
Okay, Prabhu, can you tell one more?
Okay, right. There are 4 parambaras, Vaishnava parambaras, which is stated in Purana, Padma Purana. The Purana called Padma Purana, it is stated. So the 4 parambaras are Brahma parambara, coming from Lord Brahma, Shri parambara, coming from Lord Goddess Lakshmi, then Rudra parambara, coming from Shiva, and Kumara parambara, coming from 4 Kumaras, who are the sons of Brahma, the first sons of Brahma. So in the recent period, in the last 1000 years, the Acharya for Brahma parambara is Madhvacharya. Ramanujacharya is the Acharya of Shri parambara. Vishnu Swami is the Acharya for Rudra parambara. And Nimberkar, Sri Nimberkar is a Acharya for, which is the last one?
Sanat.
Yes, Kumara parambara. So Ramanujacharya is a great scholar, is a great Acharya. He's actually incarnation of Lakshmana, or Balaram, I can say. That is why he's called Ramanuja. Ramanuja. Anuja means younger brother. Ramanuja means his younger brother is Rama. So he's Lakshmana only. Lakshmana, incarnation of Lakshmana or Balarama or Balarama. That come. Balaram Jayanti will explain that. So he is coming from Sri Parambara. Sri Parambara, previously they had 12 alvas, great sages, great scholars, and they are part of this Sri Parambara only, great stalwart acharyas. There are 12 alvas, including our Kulashekara Parimal. Kulashekara Parimal was written Mukunda Mala Stotra. Mukunda Mala Stotra is one of the great work of literary work which the Vaishnavas, Srila Prabhupada has translated this work also. So Ramanujacharya, he has written Bhashya for Bhagavad Gita, he has written Bhashya for Vedanta Sutra. So he says that regarding this verse, he has written 3 pages, 4 pages purport, the long purport. He says that this concept of Advaitins, Shankaracharya is Advaita philosophy. Advaitas hold that Krishna is self-realized, but even though he is self-realized, he still retains this duality. Ramanujacharya gives a very good example to refute this. Suppose, he says, suppose you are traveling through a desert. Parvati, are you listening? Parvati, are you there?
Yes,
That is a, are you listening?
Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, you are not listening.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay. So, suppose you are traveling through a desert. You see an image of water. What is that called? In English, it's called mirage. Hindi, what is called, Devi Bro? The water, the appearance of water in desert. Okay, Snigdha Madhaji, you know that? Do you know it?
That we are saying Marichika. Marichika, we are
Marichika,
saying.
yes,
Prabhuji.
Marichika. Malayalam is also called Marichika. Marichika, right. Marichika means yes. So there is a image. We think that, okay, there is no water, but feel that this, because of sunshine, although even suppose you are driving in a hot afternoon, say 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, when you're driving, you feel some water in the road. Have you noticed that? Have you observed that? When you're driving a car or vehicle, you find at a distance, the road is full of water. But when you come closer, you feel still there is no water, but again you see some water ahead. Now, suppose a person sees a desert, he sees water, he wants to drink or take some use for some other purpose. He goes to the place, but he finds that there is no water. Then he understands, he realizes that this is only image only, this marichika only, mirage only, this is not actual water. Then suppose he continues to see this mirage, will he again go behind that? What do you think, Devi Prabhu? Suppose you know that this is mirage only, but you continue to see this water. Will you again go behind that?
No.
Nigdamaji? No, you're sure.
No,
Yes,
no,
any sensible person, any intelligent person, once he knows that this is not water, but it's only marichika or mirage, they will now again go for behind this for water. So Ramanuja said, suppose Krishna now understands that there is only one soul, there is no individual souls, there is only one soul. Will he again speak about two souls after realizing this fact? So will he teach Arjuna about this duality when he very well knows that there is no duality? You getting it? You getting this point? It's a very important point. Of course, from this verse point of view, you can just take it as it is. But then there is this particular verse has got a lot of debate. There is a lot of philosophical debate on this. So I'm giving a few of that. That's all, just for your understanding, so that your idea, this philosophy is become very firm. So Ramanuja says that suppose Advaitin says that there is only one soul, there are no individual souls, and Krishna has realized this fact. Then again, will Krishna again teach that about duality to Arjuna? He's speaking on duality only. Nateva, Hamjan, I, you, we, and everything. Will he do that? So this is foolish idea. So this is not established. Then Advaitin says, okay, suppose in every verse there should be a purpose, there should be some benefit. That means direct meaning. When you say the I, we, you, and every, so actually there is no benefit at all. You have to go for the indirect meaning, it's called paroksha. Then there will be some benefit. Then our Acharya says that there is a benefit in the Upanishads called, because there is a distinction between Jiva and Krishna. There is a relationship. There is a distinction that Jiva is there and Krishna is there. But Jiva being a part of Krishna, there is always a relationship. There is a loving relationship, which is actually our position. Our position is that, yes, Krishna, yeah, go on, speak.
Relationship you are asking.
Huh?
Relationship with Krishna and Mahadeva.
A relationship between Krishna and Mahadeva. Yes, there is a relationship with Krishna and Mahadeva. Mahadeva is a worshipper of Krishna. Mahadeva is a devotee of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam says, it's very clearly says, what do you call? Vaishnavanam Yadha Shambho. Vaishnavanam Yadha Shambho. Among all the Vaishnavas, the meaning of Vaishnava is a devotee of Krishna. Vaishnava means devotee of Krishna. And Mahadeva is supposed to be the most exalted Vaishnava. So, Shiva is a devotee of Krishna. And there's a relationship between Shiva and in the Dasi Bhava. He always serves Krishna. So there's a relationship. Like that, there is always so many relationships based on these rasas. Dasa rasa, Sakha rasa, Valsalya, Madhurya, so many rasas we are speaking. Some class we spoke about the rasas, isn't it? I don't know whether we spoke in the case of elders class or children's class, I don't know. Rasas means a relationship, sweetness of relationship, mellows. You relish this relationship. Krishna is so sweet, and we having a relationship with Krishna either as a dasa, a servant, or as a friend, or as a parent, or a child, or as a lover. So last round, I think we were asking where Parvati is answering what kind of relationship she will relish. But actually, at present, we don't know what is our relationship with Krishna, because now we are conditioned. We are not realized. Once we realize our position, then every individual soul will have an individual relationship with Krishna, separate and distinct relationship based on this rasas, any of these rasas. So that is why
Prabhuji,
Krishna has made it.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mamaji.
Prabhuji, can we go for all the 5 rasas or any one of these?
Yes, there is only one rasa, predominant rasa. Every individual soul will have a predominant rasa in which they are related to Krishna. Like, for example, Vasudeva, then our Nandagopa, Devaki, and Yashoda. They are in Valsalya Bhava because they consider Krishna as their child. Now, Arjuna is considering Krishna as his friend. So, in Sakha Bhava, Sakhya. Of course, basically, we are all servants. That Dasa is there, that is there. Now, your question you raise is good because Dasa Rasa is the basic Rasa. Of course, there is Shanta Rasa is there, but Shanta Rasa actually there is no personal relationship. So it is Aishwarya Rasa only. We consider Krishna to be very supreme. Krishna is great. Krishna is omnipotent. Krishna is omniscient. Krishna is that. Krishna is that. Krishna is so great. That kind of relationship we'll have in Shanta Rasa. But when you go to develop a dasa, we develop personal relationship with Krishna. You want to be a servant of Krishna. So basically, we are all servants. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Suruva Krishna Nitya Das. Jiva, real position, real nature of a jiva is to be eternal servant of Krishna. Krishna is an enjoyer, we are the enjoyed. Of course, this relationship is an absolute time. It's not like the material concept of master and a servant. No, that is different. In material world, you have a servant and you are a master. They are not in the same platform. But in the spiritual world, they are on the same platform, but their functions are different based on their Sarupa.
Yes.
So Dasi Rasa is there, then Sakha Rasa is there, then Valsalya is there, and then finally Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa is a conjugal relationship which Radharani and Gopis, they have with Krishna. But everything, this conjugal relationship includes Valsalya Rasa, Dasi Rasa, and Sakha Rasa. All the previous rasas. Ultimately, we are all trying to serve Krishna only in different rasas. Krishna is supreme and we want to serve Krishna. So that is why there is a distinction between jivas and Krishna. This is only for the purpose of having a devotion, because Krishna wanted that way. Since Krishna desired to be served because he's an enjoyer, and of course he cannot remain alone. He's Atma Raman. He is of course Atma Raman. He's always self-satisfied, but still Krishna has a desire to enjoy in congregation, in together with his associates. So that is the reason why these are all we're all individual souls. But once we forget our relationship with Krishna, we fall to material world. That's what happened now. But now slowly Krishna will illuminate Arjuna, and by illuminating slowly illuminating him, he will realize his position as a servant of Krishna, and he'll agree to fight, abide by the instruction of Krishna, which comes in the 18th chapter. Arjuna says that Yatha ichasi no karishye vachanam tava. Krishna says, okay, Yatha ichasi tada kuru. You want to do whatever you want. I explain everything to you. I explain all the yogas to you, karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga, all the dharmas, everything I explain, A to Z. Now still, you can do whatever you want. Yatha ichasi tadha kuru. You can desire whatever. Then Arjuna says, no, Krishna, I will just obey. Whatever you tell me, I will obey you. So Arjuna is coming out of illusion. But that will happen only in the 18th chapter. Till the time, we'll study by slowly, we'll study everything and get prepared for this spiritual journey. This is very, very joyful for persons who like Krishna, who like spiritual life. This journey is very joyful. So be happy, and you chant also. Read Bhagavad Gita, you'll be very happy. Okay. Right, Krishna, any question? You're very intelligent. You're asking nice questions also. You're always attending very nicely. So for the next exam, you get prepared also, okay? Right, nice. Read translation, read the purport, be prepared. Right?
Prabhuji, what is Sanatan Dharma and what is Hindu Dharma? Is there any difference? Sanatan Dharma and Hindu Dharma?
Actually, there is no thing called Hindu Dharma. There is only Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means Sanatana means eternal. Ramanujacharya gives this example. He says Sanatana means everlasting, eternal. Dharma means the real nature of a substance, object, or a person. This is called dharma. In this introduction, Srila Prabhupada says that a dharma of sugar is being sweet, salt is being salty, water means the flow. There is this is intrinsic position of any object or a substance or a person. So in case of persons, the dharma means is our real intrinsic position, and we are always trying to serve others. In the material condition, parents are serving the children, wife is serving the husband, husband is serving the wife, student is serving the teacher, teacher is serving the student, citizens are serving the nation. Everything service is there. Service is always there. Because we are alive, there is a life in us, and if there is a life, means there is an activity. And the real dharma is to render service. So dharma means rendering service. If you accept that, dharma means rendering service only. But in the temporary bodily relationship, you are a student only till the time of 60 or 20 years, till the time you are, once you pass out of college, you cease to be a student. Then suppose you are a son. When your father dies, you cease to be a son. That relationship is over. Same way, all the relationships are temporary. When you are a son, all these relationships, suppose you are a citizen, then you say that the best service is to serve your nation only. When you are a social worker, you will feel that the best dharma is to render service to people, give them houses, give them medicines, give them clothes, give them all, make them very comfortable. When you are a businessman, you feel that you want to make money only. So these things are there. This dharma is called the intrinsic position, nature of a person. When you are in body relationship, it is temporary only. So that is not Sanatana. There is only dharma only, but not Sanatana. But Sanatana means eternal, which means the soul relationship between soul and Krishna. There is always relationship. Service is there. And that service, that devotional service is eternal. That is why in the 9th chapter, yes, Krishna, you're saying something, you are mute. Okay. In the 9th chapter, you'll feel the definition of the distinctive characteristics of bhakti is, Raja Guhya, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram, Idamuttamam, Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam, Susugam, Kartum, Avyayam. Avyayam means eternal. So, bhakti, in a conditioned state also, you can do bhakti. In a realized position also, bhakti will not stop, it will continue. You're serving Krishna here. When you go to Golok Vrindavan also with Krishna Dhan, there also you are rendering service. So that is why this dharma of the soul to the Supreme Person is called a Sanatana Dharma, which is also known as devotion.
Okay, Prabhuji.
That is the real.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, right. So thank you very much. Right, Krishna, I can sing the Narsim Kirtan.
Okay, Prabhu, 1 minute.
Right.
I went off the fan.
Huh?
Off the fan.
Okay, you put off the fan first. Nice girl, no? Very active.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahladalatatayi Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatanganakalehe Do Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yeto Yeto Yamitado Narsimha He Narsimha Retaye Narsimha Prapate Tavakara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhuta Stringa Talita Hiranyakashipu Talubringa Yeshavajita Narahari Rupa Jagatisha Hare Jagatisha Hare Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Ugrameeram Mahavishnu Jalam Dad Sarvadogmukam Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram Mrityo Mrityo Namamyam Ugrameeram Mahavishnu Jalam Dad Sarvadogmukam Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram Mrityo Mrityo Namamyam Ugrameeram Mahavishnu Jalam Dad Sarvadogmukam Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram Mrityo Mrityo Namamyam Narsimha Jai Narsimha Jai Narsimha Galadisha Pura Patna Patta Patta Branga Hare Krishna Prabhu
Shuddha Bhakti Vignanashagari Shri Narasimha Bhagwan ki
Jai.
Vaishnava Bhakta Shesh Pada Maharaj ki
Jai.
Thy Gaur Premanande
Haribo.
Vancha Kalpadrubhescha
Pasindhubhya eva cha.
Sindhubhyevacha. Yes. Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Nandagori Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thy Gaur Premanande. So thank you very much. So